And we're here at Amoeba Music Berkeley with Elish.
So it's been a minute, right?
It's been a minute. It's always good to be here at Amoeba Music Berkeley.
Welcome back to the Bay Area.
In the Bay Area here in Amoeba Berkeley. Man, you always have some great new releases and so many new ones. Yeah.
Since you got here, so I'll try and be brief with it. But
yeah, so give us the top five and then run over some of these great new releases.
Run through some of these for you. So this new album by I Self Divine is great. This just dropped. Latest release on Rhyme Sayers. He's actually one of the OG Rhyme Sayers guys who's been doing it since the beginning with that whole clique. And used to be in the group Micronauts, if anyone remembers them.
Sure.
I was a big fan. I'm not usually into political hip-hop, but this is the sound of low-class America, and it's one of the better political, socially conscious albums I've heard recently, with tracks such as The Origin of Urban Crisis and Living Under Siege. So you can pretty much predict how the sound of that's going to go.
Okay.
Great rhymer, features beats by Jake One and Vitamin D, amongst others, so really dope. We also got Big Crit, who's a big seller. He's, pretty much an internet sensation these days.
And prolific.
Yep, pretty prolific. These were actually free mixtapes. This one and his other one, Crit Was Here, which we also have out there. But sort of like some really dope southern rap in the vein of Goody Mob or Outkast or something, And definitely growing popularity. His Def Jam album comes out in like a month or two, so it's going to be, he's going to be pretty big, I think. As far as the other sellers go, we also have this album by Death Grips, which has been an interesting take on the whole hip hop genre.
Representing Sacramento, right?
Yeah, very popular amongst our metalheads here, actually, or some of our punk heads. Definitely sold a lot of the vinyl to Amoeba employees right when it dropped.
Okay.
And it's interesting. It's definitely very abrasive.
And Odd Future fans into it too?
I don't know if it's quite oriented in the same direction as Odd Future. I'd say more like Dalek or something.
Okay.
And we also have this new album by B.O.B., Strange Clouds, which is B.O.B.'s newest and latest release. His last one did pretty well over here. This one's got, Lil Wayne, Nicki Minaj, T.I., Chris Brown.
It's popular with the kids.
All them dudes on it. Popular with the kids, for sure. And also, this one I've been moving pretty well to people. This album from Ka, from reppin' Brownsville, New York City. He was actually used to be in Natural Elements, if you remember that group. He was one of the main rhymers in Natural Elements. And I gotta say, this is a very impressive piece of work. It's got Rock Marciano on it, and it's in the same vein, very cold, strategic kind of rap. Lots of dark tales of the streets and stuff. And his flow is really awesome. It's very cold and smooth flow.
Nice collage cover there too.
Nice collage cover, yeah. What other interesting things have we got here? This group is a group that I'm a big fan of, Sector 7G. Album's called Dead in the Heart. This is some more Minneapolis hip-hop for people. And this is the latest release from Esid, who you might remember from me reviewing and raving about his
and wearing the t-shirt too, I believe.
Wearing the t-shirt as well, that's right. Werewolf Hologram. Still one of the best albums of the year. This one is also great. It's a lot more experimental in sound than Werewolf Hologram. And Easted's not rapping on it, he's just doing the beats. But the rapper, Mike Shank, is some Minneapolis dude who is really good, actually. I was surprised by how well he flows over these really experimental beats that are hard to rap over, And I guess he's buddies with Mr. Dibbs and stuff. He's been around for a while. Good stuff.
Okay.
Definitely check it out. DiBiase has a new album out, Looney Goons. And if you don't know this guy, time to get acquainted, because he's been pretty big in the electronic beat scene. He played with Flying Lotus the other week at Low End Theory, it's like the second name in the lineup. And he's produced a lot of good albums for this group out of Chicago called Green Llamas, as well as interesting solo projects. Definitely getting very popular these days, and it's good stuff. What else have we got? Some Mac Mall for the Bay Area heads. This is like Mac Mall's first album in a minute, actually.
It is a minute, isn't it?
Yeah, The Rebellion Against All There Is. It looks really legit. I mean, it's got some great Bay Area cats. The guy who produced it is a veteran Bay Area producer, too. He used to produce Mac Mall stuff. I heard that very good things about it. I haven't actually peeped it myself, but it's got Rex. I don't know if we covered this last time you were in here.
No, we didn't.
But this is Straight No Chaser, new album from Rex. He's very popular amongst the Boston hip hop heads, I feel like, as well as out over here. This one's produced by Static Selected. It's got a pretty big list of names on it. You know, like Action Bronson is on there.
Yeah.
Terminology.
It's a nice diverse mix of guests on there too.
Yeah, sort of like that whole scene.
Slane is on there too, I see.
Yeah, that whole Boston kind of scene is on there, you know. This album by Billy Woods is very interesting. History Will Absolve Me. And that's Mugabe on the cover, if I'm not mistaken, a Zimbabwe dictator from Zimbabwe. Pretty abrasive stuff. This guy was from a group called Supercron Flight Brothers.
I know them, yeah.
And they're put out some good albums.
And they like to smoke the weed too, I know.
Yeah, this is actually my favorite. This is a lot darker than some of the Supercron stuff.
Yeah.
But I like it. It's got very interesting lyrics in it. Some really weird styles of rapping in it with abrasive sort of electronic production. Almost reminds me of Cold Veinish stuff like Cannibal Ox a little bit. See, Bortles on one song on there.
Okay.
And good stuff, some very interesting tracks. I had to plug these guys too. This is some Bay Area hip hop. JB and Poe of Candlestick Collective, their new album The Park. And really fun album actually. And these guys, you know, as far as the local artists go, these guys are some of the more solid and consistent dudes working out of Berkeley and like Oakland, in my opinion. At least without, you know, a major record deal or anything. You know
and nicely priced at $7.98.
It's nicely priced at $7.98. It's got some really nice beats on it. This guy Tim Martiradio produced it. He's just a Bay Area producer, works with him a lot. And it's very old school sounding, got a lot of playful sort of bass lines and jumpy, fun songs that probably work great live, imagine. I've seen it a bunch of times live, they're very good. So definitely recommend it. Go check those guys out. And also Lush Life, who I know you're a big fan of.
I sure am.
We got his album in here, from Philly. I hear it's very cinematic and smooth. But I have a copy at home to listen to.
It's a combination of cinematic and smooth, and then also kind of got that mid-90s feel on many of the tracks.
A little bit of a mid-90s feel. Awesome. Let's check out the vinyl really quick.
Yeah.
Too much time. We got a lot of interesting wax here. I Self Divine on wax. That just came out.
And what a great cover. You know who did that art?
Dude, I think it's Mir, but I'm not 100%
Nice.
sure. I need to check it out. This we also have on CD. I wanted to mention OC and Apollo Brown's new album.
That's Mellow Music?
Yes, on Mellow Music Group. Kind of the biggest Mellow Music release to date, I think. You know, OC of DITC, it says Brooklyn legend under his name, and that's no exaggeration.
Exactly,
I mean,
exactly.
He's a really great rhymer. And of course, Apollo Brown is one of the biggest up-and-coming producers at the moment. I feel like a lot of people are really into his stuff. So that's great. DiBiase's on wax. Finally got in Kev Brown's album on wax. This is a really nice one, actually. I revisit this a lot. Ended up bumping it in my car quite a bit. It's very peaceful, mellow, soulful hip-hop music. I like it a lot.
And a great cover.
And I don't know if we covered this one, but we got Gel's new 12-inch, which is only available on wax, and it's the Greenball store here, Greenball 3.5. This is on Fieldwork Records, which is one of my favorite record labels at the moment. They always put out interesting instrumental hip-hop. You know, they put out that Edison and Laserbeak thing, or Maker and Joe Beats, and they have a lot of more interesting projects coming up. But yeah, this is really grimy lo-fi beats, which
and Dose has a new one as well.
Yeah, he has a new one coming pretty soon.
Yeah.
That's right. But yeah, if you like grimy beats, check it out. Great drums on this thing.
Okay.
I guess that
That's
about
it.
sums it up.
Okay, thank you so much, Eli.
Thanks for dropping by, man.
Amoeba Music Berkeley. Yeah.